Queen back in the studio because I want to show you a different part of running a business, which is creation. A lot of creation, a lot of testing, a lot of change in the lash lift industry. And what I like is that lately I've been going around internationally. So what is the Brazilian technique? What is the Korean technique? What is the technique in Singapore and Chile? So I'm making contacts around the world. I'm getting trained around the world where I can learn in different innovation. There's a lot. It's mind-blowing, it's amazing, and I'm picking and choosing what is amazing and what can we do here and bring some Canadian innovation around it. I wanted to remove the fear of chemical burn. I wanted to remove also the outgrown shit show at the week 2 or 3, because when we do the lift, what we need to think about is going to grow and do a shit show. So like I said in the last vlog, which I made a lot of tips around that, if you want to check that last vlog, that was really great on the beyond the scene of the business, I cracked the code and I had more confirmation because I'm doing testing on models. So I test on myself, I see if it's right, then I test on model, and I just had comments from the 2 new models that I'm gonna share right here that prove that they're good. The first model that tested that is really picky. She stopped lash lift because of it. So that's a thing you need to think about. Sometimes people stopped, not because of money, not because they don't have time, not because of anything. They don't like week 2, 3 around the process. My other model is a lash lift tech, and she's been using the product and she's doing it herself usually. But I connected with her and now I'm inviting her to come in. And she also told me that she saw a huge difference. And I like to have lash lift tech as testing models because they're gonna have a different eye to test and see the results. So I'm really happy. What I'm moving forward now into the testing is to be able for you to start doing lash lift monthly. So I've started everything that is kind of intense, I'm doing on myself. So it's different formulation, different techniques, but I'm doing the lash lift on myself and I'm practically perming all the lashes every month. So I've done that every month, also on another model, which is my sister, and it's been going well. So this is approved. The monthly protocol is approved. I keep testing it, but now I want to push the ground to see every 3 weeks. So you can see my lash lift. This is at 3 weeks. And I'm about to redo again. I was about to do 2 weeks, but then talking with my team, they told me like, you just done 4 weeks, try 3, and then try 2. And this is not something you can do with your current product or without training and purpose. You really need to know what you're going on, because around my technique, I did some chemical burn, but I'm discovering a way that you can really do your lash lift. I just need to push the boundaries until the max. If I know I can do every 2 weeks, I can say like 3 weeks, 4 weeks is fine. So you see that there's still lashes that are there. It's still outgrown. But, you know, not all the lashes are curled now. So it will be cool to have all those lashes lifted again. So that's going to give you the possibility of your clients to come back more often. So what I'm telling you is that with the same clients, they can come back more often. So you can double your revenues, triple with the same client base. It's not about looking more for clients. It's about being able to arrange a service where they can choose, do I want every 4 weeks? Do I want every 6 weeks or 8 weeks? There's going to be no longer under the Novoqueen brand. That's my point now, because chemical burn has been such a research on my end, and my new TikTok channel is pretty much about that. I talk about chemical burn, but I'm also looking for solution and prevention. What I would have done usually is just done the tint in the tips, and I would have waited to ensure. And I already burned myself at some point, but now I have maybe half of the lashes still lifted, maybe 40%. And we're gonna lift it again, and I'm really excited. Then I'm gonna go over the brows. The brows has been left a little bit in the past 2 years. It's just I've been focusing so much of lash lift, but actually new formula that is about to go out will be more brow lamination friendly, so better. So usually sometimes there's little hair that they get a little bit burned around the brow area, so that's annoying. And you go till the tip of the brows, tip of the lashes, but we tell you to not go on the tip of the lash lift. So So we go for the hair brows, we go to the tip. We don't have the choice. But we're gonna have a formula that has been created for the tip as well, for lashes and brows. So it's not gonna be contradictory. It's gonna be really safer. So I'm excited to try also more brow lamination. I'm also trying other innovation product that reduce the little tingling effect that can have when you do brows. So sometimes it's a little bit tingly. So that is too early to launch. But what I'm talking about today is the processes of testing, the processes of creation and launching. I need to launch that formula. How am I gonna to launch it? I'm thinking about doing an event, maybe a celebration for our client where I could launch that product, that new formulation for perming. Do I just do it online, or we have a congress in the end of September in Montreal? Should I launch it there? So this is what I love about business, is that you have so much creativity possibility when you launch, and I launch things all the time, and I always try to really have fun. This is my playground and make things different, but this is such a big launch. I really don't know what to do. And I'm just gonna show you like the packaging. There's so much that we need to do to create and launch something. And first is the testing. So I want you to see a little bit of testing. So, okay, I'm gonna do it on myself and we'll see from there how it's going on. And yeah, so of course, when you do it on yourself, the technique is a little bit different. You need to watch out a little bit more on other aspect because your angle is different. And there's something I don't test. So I always test one thing at a time. So there's a lot of frenzy about, let's say, the glue bomb. And a lot of people are asking why I didn't launch a glue bomb yet and everything. I'm testing glue bomb all the time, but they changed the timing. And I need to be sure that I have a glue that doesn't affect anything else, because I don't want to know, is it the glue that affects or is it really my technique? So I'm still using the adhesive. If I test the glue, I'm going to test it without changing anything else in my technique. But beside that, I'm just going to really use my regular adhesive because I know it's safe. I know I'm going to get the right result. And because right now I'm testing other stuff. What I like about that formula is that it's really thick, and so it makes it harder for the lashes to pop out. It's formulated to hold the lashes. So it's formulated to do a glueless technique, because a glueless technique need to be hold. And we have other product that make it transform that perm into a glue. So it's a lotion and a glue at the same time. This is what's really cool about it. Let's keep on going. So I have a little bit of time before the timer goes on. So I'm gonna look at the orders and I'm gonna give love to all new clients. Some girls, it's their first order with me. They take the training. This makes me so excited for the beginning of the adventure. I'm so excited to see their model, correct them, help them. It's been going so well because I've been doing that training so many times and evolve in a way that is really more understandable for anyone in the public to understand. So yeah, it's going so well, the training. So I'm always happy to have a new queen. So we have a new queen here, Kelia. I wish you a great new adventure. And then I have some queens that they've done a few orders, so they counted the new queen in our Novo Queen world. So I wish them, I'm happy to see them come back, make more orders, because that's mean they're growing, they're making money. So I wish you well, Alexandra. I wish you well, Yanel. This is something I always do. I always do that little prayers. Arlette, new queen here. And I have some queens that I keep saying those names. We have a lot of new queens today. I love a new clients. That's always cool. But sometimes I have some clients, it's their 20 order. All right. So this one is done. I'm gonna wait for the reveal. I just put some hydrocil so it hydrates while waiting for the other one to continue. So the timing went off, so I decided to keep on going and I'm waiting. I have 5 minutes to wait, so I'm gonna keep doing my little prayer. And then I put some tint on my new nails. Struggle of being a lash lift tech, you end up with freaking tint everywhere. And it's always funny because there's always some haters. No, I'm not gonna say hater, but you know, they said that the fix plus tint doesn't tint. Well, it freaking stuck on my nail. It tint my nail. So yes, it does tint. I've been doing my fix plus tint, so we do the part of the fixing, the curl, and the tinting the lashes at the same time. And I've been doing that for 2 years nonstop. All my photo shoot is made with that technique. It's a dark, profound till the tip. So I'm always surprised when people tell me like it doesn't work. It's because they don't know how to make it work, but it does work because it even tint my freaking nail. So if it tints nail, man, it tints the lashes. So yeah, I think it's too late before I saw it. I'm gonna have to buff it to remove it. So back to the prayers of my queen. A lot of new queens, new client. I'm so happy. Today's a lot of new queens. Ah, here we go. We have Geneviève, 9 orders in the last year. We have Samantha with 4 orders. Thank you. Wish you love. Wish you romance. Wish you clients. Jennifer, 3 orders. Sometimes, yeah, I have people who has so many orders. And Alexandra, she came back. You're home, queen. You got this. And I sent a big prayers, and then I'm done with the orders of today. We have multiple orders per day, and I remember the time when we had like 1 or 2 or 3 per weeks, and my mom and I would be so excited. My mom was helping me. She was doing the orders for me, and we will jump and be so excited. We had an order. It was a gift every time for us to be able to grow the brand around the orders, because we cannot grow if we don't have revenue, right? And I want to keep that being every orders, even if you have multiple per day now for a while. I don't want to lose that magic of being excited every order. So this is why it's really important for me to keep that gratitude, to keep that thank you for trusting me. There's a lot of lash brand in this world, so you do have the option, and I want to make sure that Novo Queen is chosen because it's the best, it's the most innovative, it's vegan, it's ecological. So this is really non-stop testing, non-stop working. There's so many tests that they don't see the website, or they're not gonna come because they're not good enough, or they're not easy enough to explain, or they're not just not worth it. So a lot of testing are failures. I am a machine of doing failures of lash lift, but this is how I can teach so well, is because I've done all the mistakes. I did burn. I did had lift that didn't lifted. My first lash lift ever didn't even lift, and I charged $90 and it didn't lift. My training, my first training online was not lifting on the video. So it was not lifting when I've done models. So this is why I started to be like, why are some people having lift and not me? And then this is how you evolve yourself. It's like, some people have success. Why come I don't have success? Some people have full book clients. How come I don't have? Not in a comparison and compare yourself with others, more in a curious way. All right, so it's time for the reveal. Gonna put some hydrocele, just start the hydration process, and I'm gonna remove it and show you how is it to do your lash lift after 3 weeks. Ooh, the other one. Okay, the timer went off again. So here's the result, my queen. I'm always so happy to do my lash lift fresh. So I was saying, always be curious into your learning process, not in a comparison, because you're a masterpiece in progress. So you're always gonna be aiming for more. That's normal, it's part of the desire process. But be curious about how you can grow. You can look at others, that's fine. Just don't put yourself, because you're not there yet. You're in the process. And remember, we all started with 0. We all started with 0 follower. We all started with 0 client. When I started, it took 6 months to get my first client, 6 months of no's. And it took me 2 years after doing clients and working nonstop to make my first dollar profit. So for sure it can be faster for you. Mine was long, it was not known at this time, and I was a student as well, and I was working in restoration, but you can do it faster. So here, my queen, you can see it. So 3 weeks lash lift, here it is, yeah. I'm gonna put some Hydrocil because this is as well, if you want to do that monthly lash lift, you need to have that caring after of the lashes. So daily Hydrocil is part of the protocol, so the client must be aware that she can enjoy having lash lift earlier, but you do want to put some love into those lashes in between so it's safe and the lashes are amazing. So now I'm gonna go on the brows. Et voilà le résultat. Mes sourcils sont en feu, mes cils sont en feu, tout est parfait. Donc, je suis prête à conquérir le monde. So, creation of a new product. After I've done many tests and approving the formula, which there's been many testing, I've been testing for over a year and a half. A year of testing and a half of looking and trying to find the best formula that will be more safer for lashes. So when it's done, when we have it, there's a lot of back and forth with the manufacturer and everything. Now it's time to make the design. The design are all made in-house from my brain and graphic designer brain, that she put up something and then I said, okay, move it around so it represents really the branding of Novoqueen, which is really white, black, gold with a texture of plant. That was our first packaging for when we used to have eyelash extension, when we don't have more. And I really fall in love with the plant texture on the side and the white for the rest. So that has been inspired by the Hydrocil packaging, which is a little bit like that. So we put gold over the plant, black and white for the rest. You want it to be a little bit consistent, homogeneous, you know what I mean? So they kind of fit together. So that was gold over the white, but today I wouldn't do that. I would have put black over the white. So this is why Hydrocil is really our favorite product. What I'm about to change is remove that little plant there. Remove so it's more clean. This is how we made the Hydrocil packaging, was built the same way as the Écolage because I liked that texture and everything. So people, when they look at that kind of design, they automatically know this is Novoqueen. So this is how we've built that new product too, with the same thinking of having the corner made in plant and the gold. And then I had to come up with a name that will fit with what is this formula about. So, you know, there's no many ways. You Google synonym of, I was like, this is, and they come up with safe because this is safer. So I had to come up with a name for the other one, for the old formula that we've been having with the gold sachet. So I wanted to have to be like a linked, like they look together, and it's the strong formula because it's stronger. And they both go and coexist because they both address two different needs, and they just give, as a lash lift tech, more tool to use. And this is how we created this. So you can see like the packaging, it's made with the purest cysteamine. So it's a cysteamine formula, but there's different grade of it, and we took one that doesn't have hydrochloride, doesn't have many other toxins. So we have the purest one, which is the safest, the best. So it's like a third generation of formula, and I'm really happy, excited to launch it. So then when you have a product, you need to launch it. And that's why I was saying at the beginning of the vlog, how do we launch it? Do we make a contest? Do we send it to 10 Lash Lift Tech and ask them to make some content? There's so many ways to make a launch. And tomorrow I'm gonna have a meeting to maybe make the launch during an event, maybe not. So I'm having meeting with different professionals that has their own specialty to see other point of view on the subject, how we can launch it, because this is gonna be big and exciting. And yeah, and I really don't know right now. I'm trying to figure it out, and sometimes I know I'm just gonna walk outside looking at children in a park, and then boom, I'm gonna have the exactly roadmap where I want to go and how I want to do this, but it's not always like that. You don't always know what's your roadmap, where you're going into. So that can be frustrating, confusing, because we will love to have an instruction on our game of life, what to do with our life, where to go, and we will love that kind of roadmap all the time. But this is not how it works. Sometimes you need to go through some failures, some challenges, but you need to go through those failures to have that success, to have that win. We're gonna try our best. Go for it. And what I'm trying to remind myself is along the process, this must be fun. If it's not fun, sometimes I tend to go in a little bit serious and a little bit, oh, I have to do that, I should do that, and next. I want to implement more into the processes, my process, the playground, the fun. So when I launch it, I'm just like smiling and I'm like, this has been amazing. And when I look at that, I see all the models testing. It's been a big ride, but I'm really happy because every model I make discovery, which is gonna help over the new online training, because there's a lot that's gonna change. Just to have that gold effect was really hard. The manufacturer didn't want, they were putting crazy prices to have that, so it was complicated. But there's always a way. There's always a way you can make this work. A thing that I was not able to work around is the packaging of individual sachet. I didn't want individual sachet. They didn't accept, but that's fine, because I know when you work with manufacturer over time, you can add specialization and stuff over time, because at first they don't want, but they might want later on, seeing that you are selling, you're good and you're serious. So for now, it's an individual sachet, but later on, I would love to have the same packaging as the refillable sachet, but it's not yet. But I was rather like just launch it like that, and we can always improve over time. The texture is really a lot thicker because it's been made for glueless. So this is why I've made this sachet really big. It's 1.5 millimeters per individual pack, and you have 10 per pack. So you have really more quantity, because I'm aware that the thickness makes you need to add more, because it's not gonna go between the lashes and it needs a little bit more work. However, the advantages is that it holds more the lashes in place, so you have less lashes going down, it holds more, and you can build up to do a glueless technique. So creative part, I'm gonna keep having you for the rest of the process of how we're gonna launch this thing. So it's freaking cool, and it's understandable, and it's known. Okay, we're now 6 months later, so you can see the outcome of the launch. So you saw the before, when I was unsure how I'm gonna launch something so big as the Safe Perm is such a shift. So this is what I've done. First, I created my first in-person event, which was called Lash Cash. And it was mind-blowing to see queens, to meet them in person, to hug them. Like, what happened in this room was out of this world. The shift that happened was in multiple spheres. We had a TED speaker coming. It was just mind-blowing, and I was able to give them the Safe Perm before everyone else. So they had that exclusivity to understand it. Then I've done a masterclass online, live, on my Facebook group, which is called Support Lash Lift. It's a French Facebook group with 4,000 people around the world. And I made a free masterclass live by Chemical Burn, because this is the point of the Safe Perm. This is why it's called the Safe Perm. It's because it reduced chemical burn so much that it solved so many problems. Anytime you do a lash lift and it's not curl as you want, and you want to go back and do more, Safe Perm. Every time it's too lifted and you're like, holy no, and you want to reduce, just by the fact of using Safe Perm to do your lash lift and having any consistency result, for some reason, because there's so many factors affecting queen, the Safe Perm got your back that you can adapt and redo without being afraid to chemically burn, or without having to say to your client, come back in 1 month, we need to wait, so there's no chemical burn. All that stress is gone. So you can learn to adapt your technique and have always a good lash lift when your clients leave, no matter the factors. So that biochemical burn was able for the queens to learn how to use that product without like changing your techniques, because you can do the same technique you're doing right now but just had the safe burn. However, there's some changes. First of all, that formula is a little bit longer to process, but it goes deeper but more safely. My big average is like 10 to 12 minutes instead of 7 to 8 minutes with the strong formula, the gold sachet. Safe burn, it's a little bit longer and it's also a little bit thicker. So the technique is a little bit different. You want to ensure that you have enough thickness, because it's already more thicker. It means it's a little bit more dry than liquid. So there's a few little technical stuff where I was able to show through that biochemical burn masterclass to the one to show you can keep the same technique, because there's the glueless technique, which is another animal, which is amazing. But I was able to show people how to transition from a thioglycolic based strong perm formula to the most pure cysteamine formula, which is the safe perm. If you do want to access it for free, because this masterclass is now $222, you can go to any Novo Queen Pro social media and just write YouTube biochemical burn masterclass free. Just write those words and my team is going to know and send you a code so you can get it for free. So if you're ready to transition and you're tired to have those stress of chemically burn your clients, which I totally understand, and you want to be sure to be able to adapt at any time the curl if you're not satisfied, but also review the chemical burn so your clients can come earlier every month instead of waiting 2 months, 3 months, weeks. Your clients can come back for weeks now if you use that, because it's safer. I tested it on myself. I've been doing my lash lift every month and sometimes 3 weeks to test it out, and it was amazing. They're healthy. You really truly see a difference. And what I love about that biochemical burn masterclass is I was able to show the transition. So I already have lash lift text, and because it's so safe, it's also way much better for brow lamination. People have been asking me every week to put my brow lift vegan online training, and I've been waiting for this. So this is coming, my queen. I'm gonna soon in 2025 launch again my brow lamination online course, but I needed something safer because there's a lot of burning for brows because you put perming solution till the tip. So thioglycolic based is not the best. Really, cysteamine is the best. Also, technique is important, so I need to do a full online course. So you can have monthly membership coming. If your clients come back every 4 weeks, membership selling is a start. You can pre-sell your lash lift a year in advance. So you can sell in advance for a year long your clients and book them in, or you can increase fidelization, like come back before 4 weeks and you can get a gift, you can get a discount, anything. So you can bring more fidelization, because that's the thing that is a little bit harder with lash lift, is that they need to wait so long to have no look, no lash lift anymore, and then they need to come back, so they do have the time to forget the magic of lash lift. When here with the safe burn, they don't have time. You can have still lash curled and just redo it. You can reprocess multiple times the same lash and it's going to be fine. This is mind-blowing. I know it removes all the difficulty of our industry. What is the glueless technique? This was born in Asia. Asia are really strong in cosmetics, especially Korea. So they started glueless. So if you're tired about the liquid adhesive, the balm, all of that can create problems, well, you can put that all in the trash and just go glueless. I'm really telling you, so you don't need glue anymore. And this works with a glueless powder, which you mix with the formula. So your formula, your lotion becomes the glue. it kind of become the glue and the lotion. I'm telling you, it looks kind of easy just saying, oh, mix both and what I have, and just I've been testing that with so many different variation of the technique, because there's not only one technique, Queen. There's so many. I've been cracking the codes to see what's the really best way, and I did an online training on it, and that's the Glueless Masterclass. This is the future of lash lift. In 5 years, I don't think we're gonna get glue anymore in the industry. It's gonna be, you know, like eyelash extensions. Now they're sold in trays, you know, all in all line place. But before that, they were loose. They were all loose in a pack, and you had to have the pickup technique with the tweezer to put them right. So when you apply the lash extension with the glue on the natural lashes, you needed to place it. Well, thioglycolic acid is like the loose eyelash extensions, and Safe Perm are the one on trays. Today, you don't see loose eyelash extensions. If you do see them, they're really promotion. They're trying to sell them. So I'm telling you, sometimes it's hard to change your technique. You want to go with the same rolling technique, but innovation in lash lift is so strong. When you switch to that, you no longer need glue, so it's so much easier for you, and you can make your clients come back easier. There's less chemical burn risk. So this is an opportunity for you to talk about it on your social media, to differentiate yourself, to be the first one. So that Glueless technique, we had over 35 students, and we had the outcome. We have reviews that are mind-blowing. What they're feeling, they love the curl more, but they also love the outgrown. Lash lift, it's not only about the right now instant result, it's also about the growing, and the growing is better. You see less kinks. You know, when it's zigzaggy and sometimes it's a little bit burned, but not burned, but the curl is weird, so the outgrown is a little bit weird everywhere. This is really reduced with that. A lot of people are saying it's staying longer, and I do feel it. I cannot explain why. It's just the curl is better, it's more smooth, the lashes stay amazing. So I've done it a few times, but I think you can see it on the side. And I keep doing my lash lift every month. It's gonna be soon a year. I'm doing that every month, and they're really all good. Sometimes the only thing I redo is the lash tint, the black tint, because now I'm traveling in the south of America, so I'm having sun non-stop, so of course the pigment is getting removed by the sun like hair, you know, so sometimes the tint can be redone. I'm gonna give you another exclusivity here. Not only Hydrasil is an amazing lash care that you put after the treatment, but it's also a daily treatment. This is our best product. We now have this brush that everybody's going crazy about, because now it's putting all the product between all the lashes. Instead of having this huge mascara brush, is the thin that's made for brow lift and lash lift, and so much better. Since we like, the formula was already amazing, but the brush support the high level efficiency of the formula, and our sales are going really more up since we changed the packaging, and people, your clients can see more that there's products. So that's something clients really love. Little exclusivity, my queen. So Safe Perm launch, success. Glueless technique launch, success. Don't miss the boat. Be innovative in your industry, and I'm here to support you into that. I'm doing extensive training online where I really explain all my mistakes so you don't have to, and I show you the result and the why I'm doing that step. What the hell is that? This is not the official packaging, but you can see the vibe. We're realizing that after the perm, even if you use the perm, it's more safe, it's still a chemical process. This is not natural. When a brand says lash lift is a natural process, this makes me go nuts, because it's a chemical process. Even with cysteamine, we're still changing the molecule shape to change the shape of the curl. This is chemically done. Way much better with the pure cysteamine. And when I say pure cysteamine, it's because there's no hydrochloride. Hydrochloride is also something that is really irritant, so that's been removed. So this is really a high level of cysteamine, because if I had another formula in the Vulcan brand, I'm on the top of the food chain, and this is it. And you see the tape? This is how I keep it well sealed. So because I'm traveling, oh my God, I don't have it, but I have that huge transport tape. Okay, let me go get it. So I'm traveling with that huge tapes because this is the best tape to make sure that you can open your Safe Perm and keeping for at least 30 days. So I tested after 30 days, but I didn't taste for more. But that transport tape is just so occlusive. You don't want the lash gel tape that we use for clients because they're breathing tape. They're meant to be comfortable. You want something that's occlusive. There's other kind of tape, but Scotch paper is not enough strong. You need something strong, and shipping tape is quite strong. So this is what I use. So let's come back to this. Game freaking changer. I use it all the time for my lash process and brow lamination process. So perm is chemical, right? So there's a chemical process, and when perming is done, the cuticle are open, ready to receive. So instead of doing the fix, which close the cuticle and lock the curl, we put that in between. So after the perm, before the fix, before the tint, right after the perm, you put that. It's like a mask. It's a perm, I call it perm repair mask. You put it after for 2-3 minutes and you're gonna see the lashes gorgeous, absorb it. This is full of vegan biotin, and especially after doing bleaching. Bleaching and perming kind of similar, both chemical process. You do want to reconstruct and give a lot of nutrition to it. So this is really a repair booster, game changer for lashes and brows. It's not something that only go with the Safe Perm. It's something that you should add even if you use thioglycolic acid, especially if you like have no choice. As the side, it's gonna be 20 grams per mask, and you don't need much. Like, I've been using that for so many testing models, for my own lash shift for myself, and game changer. This is a new added step, so it's like there's step 1 and 2, that's 1.5, but it's a game changer. And just 2-3 minutes, and then you remove it dryly. So you don't put water, you just remove dryly, and then you can do the fix plus tint. This won't affect the tint. This has been made to not be affected. It's made to be more after the perm, and you just, especially brows, because you see more the lashes, you see such a difference. The placement is way easier. Also for the lash, if there's one popping out, it might stick back. It's not a balm, it's not a glue, but it's still a thick mask. So we did launch it exclusively to the Glueless Technique students. So if you're interested to learn more about it, it's really in the Glueless Technique. It's just not in my Lash Lift 2.0 online training because it didn't exist. And now it's new, so I'm adding it in all my new training. So if the Lash Lift Online 3.0 training is launching, for sure you're gonna see that, because all the protocol is gonna be changed, adding that, because we want healthy lashes. If your clients get healthy lashes, they will come back to you, and they're gonna learn about the other stories of chemical burn. Chemical burn is going to be exploded. Watch it. And you know why? Because of those DIY lash lift kits. DIY lash lift kits are starting, and the problem is that they use thioglycolic acid based formula for people to do lash lift at homes. And they even promote it as you can redo your lash lift every 2 weeks. And this is viral. So people are going crazy on that because they're trying to have lash lift for cheaper, and they're gonna get burned. So there's a huge opportunity for you, my queen, to really expand on that and become the expert who has the solution for those queens, because you know what you're talking about. So I'm really putting up all of those tools and training for you to really stand out and make, like, my goal is to bring 100 lash lift tech to 6-figure per year. It's doable. When you charge $100 per lash lift, you only need to do 5 lash lifts per day. That's 5 hours. You do that for a week. At the end of the year, you've done 125,000. Of course, you need some vacation. Of course, you're gonna have some day you have more, some day you have less, but it's totally possible just with lash lift. Because how come 10 beauticians doing lash lift and 10,000 other service can all have around 10 lash lift clients? That means you can have 100. It's just about positioning yourself on social media as what you stand for. And there's a lot you can talk about lash lift on social media to become an expert. So if you want to learn more about chemical burn as well, free masterclass, the code, you know it. But I also have the TikTok channel where we pretty much only talk about that. So this is an exclusive content channel, TikTok Novo Queen Pro, and we only talk about that. And that content is not shared with other platforms. So each of our platform have different content. So you can go Instagram Novo Queen Pro, TikTok Novo Queen Pro. We do have Facebook as well, and YouTube channel, which is Why You're Here. So if you liked those kind of videos, it takes me a lot of time and my team to do that, but you can see the behind the scene, which is pretty cool. Please follow us. Please comment, like that video. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. I want to see if it's worth it of your response. So we're truly listening to you, growing with you. So now I'm getting ready. I'm putting my Nutrifix. This is something I also put daily. This is like a mascara gel, so it's a styling gel. However, since we're doing chemical process on lashes and brows for brow lamination and lash lift, any fixing gel is not necessarily the solution. This one has also nutrition active ingredients, so it's softer. Usually other gel from other brands, they don't take chemical process in account, so they're more deshydrating, and we don't want that. We want something that is also nice for your lashes. So I always put that like that for the whole day, and I can live my queen life, which is discovering Colombia right now, traveling. But I'm so excited to come back in Montreal because I'm doing two big things. I'm gonna record Lash Lift Online 3.0, which is gonna be really specifically with glueless, so we're really gonna have comprehensive with more business tips, how to get clients, how to get fidelization, but also really on the technique. I'm gonna focus only on the glueless technique because for me this is the future. So I'm not going back with sticky. We're gonna keep it in store for people who are a little bit more resistant to change. We understand we're gonna keep it for a few years, but the future is glueless. So this is why 3.0 must train queens for the best technology, best innovation, and what's its easiest. Because Lash Lift made easier is our whole point here. This is why I'm here, to make your job easier so you can make more money smarter. And I love the Lash Cash event, so I'm redoing it again. I'm gonna do it bigger. I'm gonna invite speakers, sponsored distributors for the lash. And the stream is gonna be in French because my first one was in English. Then I'm gonna do in French, and then it's gonna be in Montreal, and we'll see how it goes. But if you're interested in that event, please contact us because we don't have much space. I think it's gonna sold out pretty quick because the first edition was shifting. So thank you, my queen, and I'm excited to see your lash lift. Tag Novo Queen when you use it because we're gonna share it to you, because we're gonna share on social media, because let's rise together.